Feel free to talk.
Boss, we've done all as you said.
Are you sure about that?
Yes, boss. Everything like you asked. It's in my car, boss.
I'm surprised. You're actually good for something.
So, where is it, Brady?
Here, in the trunk.
What the fuck is that? You fat Irish prick. You're supposed to bring me a coat, not a skinny animal kid. Where is LOOT.BET code I asked it for?
Well, he wasn't talking.
Are you out your mind, Brady? Because I swear, I put your brain to sleep. He ain't talking because his fucking mouth is closed.
So, maybe I should open it.
Oh, don't kill me, please. I tell you everything. Code is loot, loot. I'm young. I don't wanna die.
Boss, code is loot.
Oh my god, idiot. Fuck, I surrendered by idiots.
Hey, kid. Sorry about that.
Hello and welcome. Semi-finals are upon us in the LOOT.BET Cup, and me and Sermon here, we're looking forward to them.
Sure are, Dan. We have watched, of course, all of these matchups in the playoffs and the group stage, quite a few of those as well. Well, you've been working more than me. And yeah, the quarterfinal matches, they certainly were, like, all of them basically highly enjoyable.
Yeah.
Team Fiend, of course, just an unexpected stomp over fours. I think we were quite shocked at that one, how it was over in spectacular 2-0 fashion. But here they are now in the semifinals, along with Entropiq, who have sent Endpoint packing after a quite heartbreaking best of 3 there.
Oh yeah, for sure. All the full distance, all 3 maps. It was a very difficult game. Obviously, Endpoint were up against the time, but in the end, just couldn't do it. And Entropiq, they got it done. They showed their class. They showed why they deserved to be in the semi-finals. And it's interesting as well. Forza are the only team that was invited straight into the quarterfinals that didn't make it through into the semis. So Fiend, the odd ones out a bit from this regard.
The last of the LOOT.BET Season 9 OGs, yeah. It's going to be Bubble, Victor, Dreamer, Mar, and Red Star, the only players still from the group stage that remain. And up against, well, Nickelback, Crad, Lackey, Elliot, and Forrester. What are some of the standout players? I think we can just sort of talk about the oppers as well, like from both sides.
Yeah, for sure. Elian on that Entropiq side is an absolute beast. I'm looking forward to seeing what he can do again. He does sometimes get caught out in those sort of early rounds a little bit too often, but generally makes up for it more than enough. And then you've got on the Team Fiend side, Red Star with the AWP, pretty consistent. You sometimes see Bubble picking up that secondary AWP as well. He can get it going with that, but generally is a bit more quieter of a player. You generally see the Dreamer is the one that really you want to be seeing stepping up for this Team Fiend side.
Even if Red Star takes a bit of a backseat, you always got Dreamer over there lurking, and you always got Mar and Victor sort of stepping up in like smaller succession relative to Dreamer. Definitely going to be the secondary rifle fraggers there for their side. And yeah, Bubble is the IGL. I mean, he gets the honorary fallen role in that sense, not being the primary opper, but picking up the secondary sometimes. But enough about the players, Dan. Let's look at these maps. What's going on here?
Yeah, it's well, they decided to grace us with a Dust 2 pick. I don't like Dust 2, but we'll get through it. I think
Entropiq should have been Dust 2.
Should have been
as
Dust
opposed
2.
to Train.
Mm. But then Entropiq would have lost their best map, wouldn't they?
Yeah.
But no, looking at this, you've got Dust 2 Mirage Overpass. Dust 2 is a map that actually Team Fiend are pretty strong on, but the Entropiq side are pretty strong, just at that level above Team Fiend. Just the sort of caliber of teams they're playing against, just a little bit better than the Team Fiend side. So we should be seeing Entropiq picking up that first map. Then you got Mirage. Team Fiend's probably best hope in this best of 3, I'd say. I don't want to say best hope. That sounds doom and gloom, but that's the map they should be expecting to be able to pick up here, which makes sense because it's their map pick. But Overpass is going to be a difficult one, I think. For
that's where
Team
things
Fiend.
get really hard. Yeah. So, are we saying that Team Fiend need to actually get this done in 2-0 fashion, or risk losing 2-1 if they don't pick up Dust 2?
Well, I don't think Overpass is a map they can
That
never win.
sentence?
Yeah, I just feel like sort of 7, 8 times out of 10 that Entropiq and Fiend play Overpass, it's probably Entropiq coming out on top. It just depends whether Fiend can find that formula for that 1 or 2 times that it might work out for them. And I think that's going to rely a lot on how Dust 2 and Mirage play out, in the sense of who's online, who's going to be able to put up big numbers. Is Red Star there on Overpass with that up? Can he be able to put up those opening kills for his team? Or is it going to be a little bit flat?
Entropiq have not lost on Overpass in like all of April and all of May so far. I mean, okay, against Endpoint they did lose in overtime,
Yeah.
so we can
Double
actually
OT.
just like double OT. There you go, 19-22 was the score line. It was just I don't think you can mess with that kind of a record if you're just winning it back to back to back like against teams that, let's be honest, are a bit better than Fiend as well. I mean, there's evil geniuses in there. There's Ents, Skade, Mad Lions, Fours. Like, you mentioned one of these and you're like, yeah, well, I mean, Fiend can also perform to that extent, but they've just been beating,
that's
like, the Russian squad has just been winning on Overpass, so maybe...
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Like, they have that 1 or 2 chance out of the 10. That's sort of where I'm going from, because it's for Team Fiend. They have these sort of up and down results. Like, they beat Forza on Overpass, so that's not a small kettle of fish. That one. It's just Fiend aren't able to produce that consistently, I feel.
As well as taking Spirit to overtime. That's
Yeah.
already a good sign, I suppose.
Yeah, for sure. And you got to
But
remember
yeah.
as well. I mean, when we like sort of way back as well, it was against the sort of OGs and Cloud9, I think, at the DreamHack Masters qualifiers. They did some decent results, if I remember rightly, on that one. But when they were playing under the Voivoda banner, but
Yeah, that period.
yeah, when they were sort of orgless and sort of just trying to mix things up. But yeah, I'm excited to get into this one. This is actually a Dust 2 that could very well be an enjoyable one, because I did mention earlier, Entropiq do like sort of compete and provide strong results at just that level above Fiend, but I still think Fiend can make it interesting. I don't think this is going to be a whitewash in any way. I think Entropiq... well, if Team Fiend are able to bring players online, especially if maybe Victor is here to play, who's quite often a quieter player for this lineup. He can have those big performances though. If he can do that, it could be a very fun series indeed.
Yeah, certainly looking forward to both of these teams getting double digits. I don't think that's escapable.
Yeah.
But then if Team Fiend don't get this one, well, it might just all get decided on Overpass, and I think we are both favoring Entropiq to win this one out overall. But yeah, certainly best of luck to the Bulgarians.
Yeah. So I'm just watching them in spawn here. Entropiq are just trying to beat each other to killing Victor as soon as when he spawns in.
It's a very good reaction test
Yeah.
to do with your teammates in the warm up.
Mm-hmm.
Oof, Nickelback just keeps winning it, doesn't he? With a scout.
Scout OP. Well, it's travel faster on the Scout, obviously.
He's just got that Razer, like 5,000 polling rate mouse, I guess. It's a bit of a dead meme, that one. Not sure why you would want to increase the polling rate on your mouse when there's so many other factors.
You know what you just
Especially
reminded
with
me of?
mice.
You know what you just reminded me of with the peripherals side of thing?
Go on.
My keyboard was meant to arrive today at before 12 p.m. Now,
boy.
12:30. I am outraged. Still not arrived.
Well, you can't exactly get up in the middle of a cast, so
Yeah.
I think you're gonna have to
Someone
go to the
downstairs.
post office tomorrow. Oh, that's good. That's good.
Yeah.
As long as he doesn't have to sign for it, but should just get the package and you'll have a nice shiny mechanical keyboard tomorrow. What have you been using today?
I mean, it's
What-
an old one I've been using today, but
Up
the keys
until
are wearing
today, I should
out.
say.
The keys are wearing out. It's
Was it one of those early generation mechanical keyboards back when
Yeah.
that was like a fancy thing to have?
Yeah, it's a
as opposed to
Corsair
just
one.
Yeah, that's pretty much what people went for, right? Those standard
Yeah.
gaming brands, and those keyboards are perfectly fine if because the switches are
Yeah.
definitely rated for enough clicks, right? It's like
Yeah,
millions upon millions of times that they can be pressed, but everything else kind of starts to show.
Yeah, like the
a bit of
keyboard, the
a
keyboard's
wear.
still working, but all the sort of keycaps are wearing out. The sort of top layer of sort of not paint, but it's like, is it acrylic? Like the top painted top of the keycaps are wearing out. It feels weird on the touch. Stuff
Yeah,
like
it's
that.
ABS plastic. I hope you got PBT in this new one. That's the hottest
so.
meme that all the kids are talking about.
Yeah, I hope so. But we are just waiting for players to join the server, which is why we're rambling on about peripherals.
Yeah.
And I do believe we're just waiting for one player now. So once he's in, we're good to go, and we can get this show on the road.
So what mouse are you using? You still on like
You
one
know-
of those ones that you've been using for years now, or did you jump on the ultra light meme?
Well, no, I actually upgrade my mouse pretty regularly. I used to have a wireless Logitech one. That was like quite a few years back. Then I upgraded to a SteelSeries EC1A. And then
That
after
was a
that,
Zowie.
yeah. And then after that, I upgraded, well, sort of a year or a half ago, I think, to another SteelSeries, but it's the Sensei 10 Neon Rider edition they did, like a special CS:GO Neon Rider edition they did.
Ah, yeah. No,
But-
the Sensei was praised by a lot of people. It's a
Yeah,
solid
it's a
choice.
very good mouse. The only problem with it is I've had it for quite a while now, and like the vinyl on the top for like the graphic for the Neon Rider, it's getting sort of like, do you know those little, like, do you know when you have like a plastic over the top of your screen on your phone, and like if you get like a
Yes.
bubble inside it, it's sort of doing that in some places, which is a little annoying. I'm just worried it's going to start peeling off.
Well, you have plenty of choices nowadays. Mouse technology is really advanced in the previous years. You got ultralight. You got very good wireless. That's basically better actually than wired, as
Yeah.
long as you don't mind plugging your mouse in occasionally, right? And then, well, what else do you have? You
I mean,
got
I roll with a wireless
better
headset,
shapes.
so.
Yeah, that's something I just didn't do, and I'm kind of low-key regretting it. Might get a wireless
Yeah.
headset eventually.
Yeah, I do
'Cause it gives you a
recommend
lot of
the one I've
mobility.
got. It's very nice. The Logitech G Pro X wireless, very nice. Quite pricey though, but very nice. It's
Legit.
probably the best headset I've had, and not just for the fact it's wireless.
No, yeah, I mean, the Logitech G is a good enough brand to trust with them
yeah.
getting sort of basic sort of audio,
Mm.
like the actual acoustics of the
Oh, yeah.
headset. You expect it to not be awful, whereas
Yeah.
I don't know, Razer, I wouldn't give them that.
No, no. I mean, a
HyperX, miss me
friend
with
of mine actually recently bought one of these G Pro X wirelesses like a week or so ago, and it actually arrived with like, basically he was asking me like, Joe, the connectors next to the head, are they meant to like be wobbly for like the connector to the wet headband and like the ear cups? I was like, no. He sent me like a Snapchat of them, and they were like moving around those. Just like, yeah, not meant to do that. Mine don't do that. He was like, oh, okay. So he actually got a replacement sent out by Logitech for that.
That's
So,
good. Always want to make good on your warranties.
yeah. But enough of our jibber jabber. We are into what should be the knife round now between these two sides, and that's going to dictate who obviously starts out on which side. Winner gets to pick. You've seen them before.
Let's see
You know
how
how
it
they
goes.
work.
Yeah. Knife goes in, knife comes out until one team remains. Pretty standard stuff. We've all been in the prison yard, sort of staring each other down as the two
I have
gangs. Well, okay then. Guess I'll save that analogy for later.
I've definitely not been in the
Once
prison
the
gang.
feds actually, once the feds sort of catch up with you.
Yeah. But I mean, Dust 2, it's a fairly balanced map in terms of CT and T.
Surely is.
I'm just looking at these two teams individually, And yeah, they're fairly balanced between the two sides. I mean, Entropiq slightly favor the T side by a few percent, whereas
But
like
that's
yeah,
a rounding error, right?
whereas Fiend slightly favor CT by a few percent. So it's really like it doesn't matter at all. We can't really
No.
bring that sort of statistic or stat line into the argument here. It's just so close. It's just going to be about who's able to find these shots, pick up these rounds. It's going to be about the individual rounds and yeah, just trying to pick them up. But with an aggressive
Oh,
push
boy.
out through long, Bubble almost catches the player getting towards Car. I don't think the Glock has enough penetration for that one, my friend. But Crad, he's still alive here, just playing behind it, just taking little angle peeks, and you can see how much damage the car is actually blocking. He gets dinked up twice. Still has 71 of his HP, but a dink there from Bubble. A goose straight to the head. That will finally take him down.
Well, okay then. Long has been taken, but the car player, I thought he was in deep, deep trouble. Turns out he was wasting time so proficiently that all the CTs managed to rotate in time, and we'll keep these Team Fiend players at bay. And it's going to be Entropiq to pick up the first. So the economic advantage and the momentum will be in their favor for the beginning. No bomb plant, of course, is going to be meaning that Team Fiend won't be able to invest that heavily into it, but we could be expecting some armored deagles. Maybe even a couple of scouts. Let's see if they go 2 glass cannons or 0. Actually, just nothing. Only Mar invests into it with a deagle and helmet. What's going on, Dan? Are they AFK? Have they
Seems
just
like
bought up?
Yeah, they're taking
Well,
the
okay.
time.
Okay, well, they've decided, finally. And Mar gets the opening kill, so the one player that sort of started early, getting a lead here for his side. But let's see
It's
how
like,
this
come on, guys,
all pans
hurry
out.
up. Can't do all the work.
I got a kill, guys. Guys, we're still doing a T-spawn. Don't worry, though. They're out on long now, and they're going to continue pushing, of course. Bubble already managing to get that AUG, and, well, the push is not going the best, but they just might find Crad there. Yes, Goose. He does go down, and a 3 versus 3 situation emerges. No bomb plant yet, though. They still need to get that down, but the retake is off to a slow start, so definitely going to have enough time to do so. The Kukli shot's not strong enough, as, well, might as well keep trying, but it's not exactly giving them more opportunities, and now 2 of the CTs are dead. They pushed on in, leaving it all to Lackey, and that's going to be him gone.
All right, Team Fiend, calm down. Fair enough. I mean, that opening pick from Mark certainly helped out, but a pretty nice just hitting towards that beat, towards the A site rather. They knew what they wanted to do. They got the smokes down, and they pushed forward. And then there's position from Dreamer as well, catching that push through the smoke, a dangerous push through the smoke. In fact, I probably wouldn't have gone for that myself, but then again, I'm not a professional player. So,
Yeah.
You wouldn't
also, if you were a professional player, you wouldn't want to give an AUG over to the T's in the beginning of the round. Maybe that's what they were waiting for. See if Mar actually gets the opening kill.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I didn't consider that. That's actually genius.
Chat is big brain today.
Oh my
But they
god.
put on their thonk caps.
Oh, I didn't even read from chat. That was an independent thought, but congrats to you guys for figuring it out alongside. Do love it. Great minds think alike and all that, but great minds, they've just taken the A-bomb site. That's going to be Team Fiend, of course. B-bomb site also in their control, and the CTs, well, they didn't know how to position themselves for that one, and the stomp from long does reach its conclusion. With Dreamer a bit in the open, but he might just find these 2 frags and prevent them from saving armor into the next.
So for Team Fiend, looking pretty good so far on Dust 2. I mean, obviously we're only a few rounds in, but obviously able to fight back after the pistol round didn't go their way. Maybe that's just the sort of T side buff. But if they can keep this sort of momentum going into the gun rounds, we'll obviously have an anti-eco coming up next. So Fiend should be able to find 3 on the board. But Entropiq, when those guns come out, they'll be wanting to make a big statement for themselves and show that Team Fiend, they aren't just going to let them get away with these transgressions. They want to punish them.
And now an eco.
Yeah.
Coming out from the CT side. And if you're on an eco, of course, code loot gives you some extra money to work with. The CTs, they don't have that luxury, Dan. No code loot in CS. Only on loot.bet. the namesake of this tournament. As the long push has continued to find frags here. A triplet of them as the car player, well, he can't duck from Glock shots this time. AK-47s, they got that penetrative power. It's all going to be down to Crad to maybe find some heads as they push on forward, but that's not going to be happening.
Clean.
Bubble does find him. And it's a clean round from Team Fiend. The last 2 rounds have been clean. Pistol round, not so much, but you know.
Yeah. Yeah.
Seeing improvement with the rifles instead of the pistols for sure, as
Yeah.
Entropiq will be able to invest in here.
Sermon, if Entropiq don't pick up this round now, obviously they don't have an AWP. I mean, Team Fiend don't have an AWP actually either, but if Entropiq don't pick up this round, it's going to be a sort of difficult situation for them. It's going to be, what, 5-1? A very nice start for Team Fiend. Obviously, certainly still recoverable. Of
With all
course,
that
still
economy.
recoverable. But Team Fiend, they have so much cash behind them. It's going to require a few in a row for Entropiq here. At least 2, possibly 3 in a row. Depends on how many weapons they save. Which you want to get started on soon. So you should, worst case scenario, Team Fiend win this round with 4 or 5 players surviving, and Entropiq don't save anything. But Nickelback out towards long. A bit of a stalemate with Red Star, who's tucked in behind the blue container, and they sort of are wary of each other here. Red Star seems to have an idea that maybe somebody's around that corner. Nickelback throws out a nade that will give him up definitely. Here you can see, yeah, smoke comes through. Red Star goes for the peak, but Nickelback still going to find the shot. Now has support from Elian, who takes down a second kill. Finally, they dislodge Nickelback from that position, and this Molotov going in towards Elian. He is going to be cooked in a second as he does swing out inside of the Molotov, but can't find the kills, and he'll just burn to death. Crad at least catches them. Puts the bomb down.
That move. Incredible. He ran out of bullets, so he continued spraying with the AUG found on the floor. He knows that that's not where the last player's coming from as well, and there you go. Dreamer goes down. Oh, man. Crad gets it done in spectacular 1 versus 3 fashion, downs the bomb, and uses that advantage to its fullest. What a play.
Played by Crad indeed. Well done. Was it a 1 versus 3 he picks up there?
Yeah.
Catching that final player.
But the first, like, the second kill was the most important there because the bomb is retrieved and it's a 2 versus 1 with an exposed B bomb site. He's got, you know, the best chance at that point was to just save. But in this one, another very good long take. Oh my gosh, Dreamer, no. You can't be getting away with this. A double spray down through the smoke. The round is over that quickly, Dan. So many kills found on that long spot, and Entropiq are really going to have to start countering that. They did their best in the previous, right? By having 2 players out, they had the man advantage going for them, but that 1 player from long, he had to go toward Car. And then once Car gets mollied and stuff, that's just, you know, the favor back in Team Fiend camp. And, you know, they get lucky with a nice... a nice clutch. Looking for that word.
Is a
But in this
difficult
one,
word.
they don't
5 letters.
even get the clutch opportunity.
Actually, no, it's 6 letters, isn't it? Yeah.
C-L-U-T-C-H. Yeah. 6. Spelling in English is also hard, Dan.
Mm-hmm.
You guys just name all the letters with, like, every letter gets its own like, syllable.
Correct.
But if we were to spell clutch, right, we would just say tsala utatsaha. It's much shorter. So it's very hard to adapt to the English style of spelling, Dan.
Okay.
It's not a problem you encounter, but this is what foreigners have to deal with.
Yeah, but I'm English, so therefore, I don't have to care. Oh,
that's one way of looking at it.
That's what the British ideology teaches me.
I'm British, therefore I don't have to care.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
But Entropiq are gonna care about this round. They stack the B bomb site on their eco as they see that no one's actually coming. as Dreamer was a player present waiting for that tunnels push. But meanwhile, the rest of the team, of course, just toward long, spotted no one out, continued pushing, and are about to plant the bomb with no CTs around to prevent it. It's just going to be them looking for the frags, and, well, they have at least one player that they know is separate from the pack. And T's, they're a pack animal, Dan. They need to stick together. But Dreamer gets out alive. He's gonna rejoin his family at long.
That's a heartwarming story, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. Always want David Attenborough here.
I think that could be adapted into a Disney film, honestly.
Exactly. You know, maybe drop the whole terrorist aspect.
Yeah,
and then Disney will
maybe.
consider it.
Swap him out for I don't know, a rogue thief or something.
Freedom fighter.
Ah,
That's how you get it.
okay. Well, as I take a sip of my water, you could take a sip of the daily quest over at LOOT.BET. Get some rewards when you complete them. Worth taking a look at. Obviously, gamble responsibly and be of the legal age.
Please.
Yeah.
And don't blame us for losing.
True. Yeah,
Red Star just lost his life,
that's
though.
That's the most important part, yeah.
Hopefully he's not going to be blaming us. Oh my gosh, Mar also, he tried to make something happen with that mid control, but being all alone in lower tunnels left him exposed. And meanwhile, I mean, the terrorists, it did take long, just as in previous rounds, but they're sort of losing players elsewhere. And Dreamer, he's kind of one of the last players that can still go back and retrieve this bomb if they want to make this A-take a thing. But it looks like Team Fiend may just be changing their minds a little bit, heading on back, leaving a ghost of themselves on long for Entropiq to worry about, as they can just put some pressure elsewhere. And it looks like they'll be collecting the bomb and taking it, into tunnels, middle? Remains to be seen.
Yeah, 3-on-4. Entropiq. Mid is locked down by Elian. He's got that covered. There's a single player in towards that B site who can be supported by Elian if he rotates over, which he actually looks like he's going to. So it
because
looks
they're
like B
peeking
is the
long
hit.
and they see it's clear, so
Yeah.
you might as well
Got
stack
to
B
play a
in some
deep shot as
capacity.
well.
Oh, there you go.
Shot from Elian. Forrester doubles that up, but Bubble, the least left Victor in a sort of winnable situation here towards a B site. Dealing with Forrester, he now is left with 2 more to find. And Nickelback, well, he will finish him off. 3rd on the board for Entropiq, but these aren't clean rounds that Entropiq have been winning. When they have been winning them out, it's what, 1 player survived in that crad clutch, 2 players surviving this time. Fiend have a lot of cash still to play with.
And that's kind of, none of these rounds have been clean because Fiend have been getting the entry kills, as you can see. 3 of 3
I feel
for
like
them.
that's a little bit wrong, considering there's 4 entry
That's
kills
true.
on there and 9 rounds or 8 rounds played. So
Yeah, but we can we can see the Team Fiend keep getting these early advantages, right?
yeah,
And looks like they'll be executing toward B this time, deciding that the long play will get countered eventually, and that you might as well start preparing Entropiq for other plays as well, just so that they don't stack long, and then you can keep abusing that part of the map. But they're taking a break for now, and Bubble's taking a break from existence as he gets taken down on mid, but the B side is starting to swarm with terrorists at this point as Victor finds a nice double. That's what you want to be seeing from him. Stepping up from his positions when he needs to most, and a 2 versus 3 situation, not doable for Entropiq if they want to be retaking the B bomb site. That's a fortress. You need sieging equipment for that, Dan. And they'll just have a smoke.
yeah, get away, keep these weapons alive. Team Fiend, they're just gonna keep Entropiq to these single rounds. No consecutive rounds found so far on the CT side for Entropiq, and that is going to be very, very difficult to get any sort of economy rolling if you keep working this way. You just can't build up the money behind yourself. The rounds have been winning, have been so tired. Yeah, we need to see Entropiq switch things up, because
Because Team Fiend are switching things up. You know,
Yeah.
every round you see a bit of a different execute. We hardly see that really boring default style of just taking middle, taking short, and then are we going short A or are we going mid to B, guys? Guess. You know, we're not seeing that kind of default play out here. We're seeing them going for very different setups pretty much every time. And, well, long has been abused for a long time now. And they have the long spawns once more. Let's see if they make use of them with Bubble. Going to be entering all alone, but there's not going to be that many CTs on the other side, so this is perfect. You want to just invest one player, the minimum required that it takes to take this kind of a part of the map, as a 1v1 duel certainly should be won by the Opper.
Yeah, Bubble saw a glimpse of him as well. He's
Oh, there you
ready. Gets an opening frag. Elian does get away from mid. It's a little bit of nade damage there, but he's
They
pretty
just lost
decent.
short.
Yeah. And they need to be careful because players progressing from both angles leaves little in the way of sanctity in that ace site, and they are just ran over. Forrester, the only player surviving. Eagle in hand, no armor. They just took the eco, hoped that the AWP could find enough for them, and it only is able to find one in the hands of Elian.
So yeah, they're going to have enough money to invest in the next. And I'm expecting them to sort of do a bit of a long stack initially and then retreat back and maybe take control of short. A little bit late, but you expect the T's to be getting short for free anyway, so you're kind of working with a retake scenario regardless. You know, those early Molotovs can certainly just get you off of any kind of angle if you take the short control early. Whereas if you take long control, I feel like you can keep a hold of it for much longer. You know, you keep a player in pit, kind of guarantees the initial frag, and then if there's a player playing car, he can almost just come on by. Entropiq have done that setup before. A little bit of a miss there from Red Star, but it was a very tight shot, so fair enough. As a very late long aggression comes in, Red Star takes the angle, but no CTs there to hold as they use utility to try and deny.
Elian actually going for the glass cannon.
Oh,
Works out
gets the
nicely.
shot as well. Blinded. And now Bubbles down. 4 players left alive, and it looks like they'll just be rolling off of that straight into an execute. The B bomb site on the menu here, as there's only one defender. The CT's not wise to their plans, however, as there's no help in sight. Maybe they get something here if Lackey gets some early intel. Maybe if they start throwing grenades now, but Team Fiend, you need to pick up the pace. You need to start going because backup's arriving. Why are you still running? Why are you still just walking around? I guess they were waiting for their teammate, so they're a complete 4, but 3 players would have definitely been enough, and now things just got a lot more difficult with 2 players on the B-bomb site. Let's see if they can defend, though. Lackey's going to be the first contact. No, it's going to be Forrester. Contact made with his head as Lackey tries to contact the T's and gets 2 of them, but his teammate got 0. That's still going to be a bit of a bad situation for the CTs. Definitely a doable retake, though, with the man advantage.
Yeah, bomb not yet planted. They are going to get that one down in a moment. Nickelback.
And this is where they need to push.
No, they're just going to push straight in. Yes, they are. They get the kill. At least Victor, he does trade, but only for the one before Nickelback. A little bit of a tippity-tap with the M4. Finishes him off. They're actually going to say double AWPs, the Entropiq side. Fair enough. Want to switch into that setup. And as long if you don't have to buy the second AWP, that's always nice. We'll see if it works out for them. Because obviously Elian will be wielding the primary one. I think Lackey probably is going on the secondary AWP if my memory serves me correctly. I think Lackey wields secondary AWP.
I think I remember him on the op, yeah. But what really killed Team Fiend in that one was just staying in tunnels for as long.
Did I see triple AWPs for a moment there?
No. That was just a fever dream, Dan.
I saw Crad with an AWP, I'm sure I did. Okay.
Maybe he dropped it to someone?
Yeah, maybe it was just a shuffling of weapons around and I caught bad timing. But it looked like they had triple AWPs for a moment. But it is Elian and Lackey with the 2 AWPs. So we're all good. It's okay.
There you go. Crisis averted. Fever dream was not real. Also, I'm not real.
Oh, yeah.
It's been 10 years since the accident, Dan. You have to let me go.
What accident was it? I don't remember it.
You have to let me go, Dan. Stop thinking I'm real.
Don't know who you are.
You're solo casting here.
Am I insane?
Try to gaslight you, didn't work. Oh well, I'll give it another try later.
Yeah.
Elian's gonna try to hold down long though, and Red Star's gonna be denying him that privilege. There's gonna be all the terrorists rushing down long, trying to get that bomb planted, and Nickelback, a last-ditch effort to push and maybe get some kills, but the Flash not gonna be blinding everyone. Too much T presence, only trades himself out. That's a 3 versus 4 retake that Crad tried to make work. You know, if he gets the entry kill, you sort of go for it, but if you don't find one immediately, you kind of just go back and save. 3 rifles is the magic number, of course. If you survive with 3, that's the majority of the team surviving, and the money stays okay.
Yeah, you can
and they can
rebuy.
even go for an investment in the next, right? Because all the reward money, sure, it's going to get spent on grenades potentially, but you can still just spend it on an MP9, toss it over to Elian or Nickelback, and, you know, give them positions that complement the weapon.
Well, they've still got a pretty strong loss bonus. Like 4
Exactly.
days loss bonus, I think, at this point. So, yeah, 2,900 comes in. No.
No, 1900.
1,900? How are they on that little?
Because they
How are they
keep
on that little?
winning, like, rounds
No,
sporadically,
but they lost
I
3 in a
suppose.
row at the start. Or near the start, which would have put them, like, on 3rd stage. Won
Yeah.
1, then lost 2. Won 1, lost 2. Won 1, maybe, yeah.
Math is hard.
Yeah. But I just thought there was always sort of a decent level of loss bonus when these come out, like 24, 2,900. But
But the
I was
predicted
wrong.
MP9s do come out. And Lackey and Nickelback are going to be wielding them, but none toward the B bomb site, it seems. Oh, there we go. Yeah, Lackey's going to be trying to hold down mid as well. That's not the best weapon. Maybe swap positions with Forrester. Or just weapons. But the B take is coming in, and the MP9 is certainly going to try and help out as Forrester finds nothing with the M4. Gets flashed, I believe. The B bomb site has been taken immediately. Fiend just walking in there, getting the frags, getting it done.
And the interesting thing about that one is, I think it was Forrester with the M4 up on the close angle. He was actually trying to play anti-flash, and that push came in. But then I think Lackey also turned around, so no one was looking at the door. And then there was never any flash. They just sort of walked out, Team Fiend. Just
Oh, that's the position. Okay.
yeah. So they might be able
Makes
to
a
find
lot
some
of
damage
sense.
here.
Oh yeah, Nickelback's upgrading to an AK for 3 there.
Yeah. So I mean, it's only Red Star surviving in that round for Team Fiend. So good economy damage done, and you keep a few weapons alive. It's for Entropiq. I mean, it's not bad considering the round you had, but especially because, well, considering the situation where you're in a 3-on-5 or 3-on-4 rather, with the B site lost, taking down 4 players in total, keeping a few alive, upgrading some of those guns. Yeah, you can get a rebuy through, but really, Team Fiend already to 9. This is a super strong T half here.
And the economic damage really just means absolutely nothing, of course. So much money left in the bank and only 2 rounds left. Pretty much sorted for now. As the long push comes in, the CT is not brave enough to contest it, thinking it's a full send. Was in fact just 1 player. That's how you condition your enemies from earlier rounds. But okay, Victor just tries to swing out with the flash from Bubble. Not really helping him out.
And opening kill for Entropiq. Much needed, and you can see Team Fiend. They're just gonna, because it's straight
So
away
smart.
divert over towards the B site. It's Forrester all on his lonesome. No support for him. The closest player is Crad, who is now starting to run on over to provide support. So just there in time, Entropiq, this could be the saving grace for them. That smoke going down is going to buy them a little bit of time as well. A minute on the clock, though, it's not going to win them the round.
One more round where they just sort of wait in tunnels for a little bit too long, right? With only 1 player there. Of course, no way for them to know that backup arrived, but I suppose it should be seen less as a failure by Team Fiend and more of a success from Entropiq to get those rotates in time. And Forrester gets the kill just in time onto Red Star. Crad also helping out from the door, but he's been deleted. So Forrester needs to go huge here. Finds 1, that's going to be enough. Mar, the last man left standing, not for long, of course. Lackey finds him lacking. That's a 5th round for Entropiq. Much needed. Let's see if they can get a 6th, as
Yeah.
Team Fiend do have enough money to invest.
Yeah, they had cash for like the entire half here. Team Fiend. There was never really an issue, but as we have a little bit of comparison, Dreamer. Ooh.
We
Ooh.
said he needed to perform, right?
Oh, that is.
Certainly
Ooh.
did.
Yeah, he's looking good. He's currently on 15 kills, highest on the server, while Elian is highest for the Entropiq side with 9. Surprising though, he isn't the positive. He's 9 and 10. Brad is 9 and 8. The only person positive for the Entropiq side right now.
Just means staying alive more. As the mid take has come in here. Now, this is a bit more standard coming out of Team Fiend. That one, of course. You've seen this maneuver many a times, as short has been taken. And Elian, this time not the glass cannon. Fully set up AWP player, waiting on the corner. Should get forced off by utility, but instead, yeah, the jump boost, well, the run boost comes in, and he baits a shot out. Doesn't get the kill initially, but the Molotov's going to be good for it. However, trades do favor terrorists, as we all know. The push continues, and Krad wants to hold on to this. He has long control. That's going to be something to work with here for the retake. And Red Star has the bomb. He needs to hand that over to Bubble if they want to make it onto site, but they're still worried about the CT presence, and Red Star didn't spot him through the smoke, and now someone has crept all the way up to ramp. That would have been catastrophic if the A take had continued, but it won't, of course. Yeah, Dreamer's all the way behind Car. Lackey's going to be surrounded by players at this point on both sides. Even if he gets the kill, he gets deleted immediately, but 2 more behind him. They're going to spot out his feet. And Dreamer, he can't walk anywhere anymore, I'm afraid. Bubble going to be planting the bomb, but it's a 1 versus 2 situation. No grenades to help him out. This is going to be crucial.
Entropiq need this round. 6 to 9 is winnable on that
They
T
just
half.
spotted him out.
Bubble, can he shatter their dreams? So he's going to reposition himself over by the car, but not get the kill. Forrester's ready for him. Clean shot on an M4. And it's Entropiq who do find themselves a 6th and winnable game. 6 to 9, not undoable. Pistol going in their favor can very quickly turn the tide. Even without the pistol, it's going to be, what, 12 to 6, and you can still fight back from that on the T side, I feel. And, yeah, so a couple of rounds coming in at the end there for Entropiq are much needed. And that's the only consecutive rounds he find at the end there, in fact.
Yeah.
So...
sporadic rounds all around. Even the pistol, right? The first one. So even if they managed to pick up the second one, the conversion not guaranteed. And as far as I remember, the T's didn't even have a bomb plant to work with, so it wasn't even one of those screwy situations where the T's paradoxically have better weapons, right?
Yeah.
So, yeah, let's see if Entropiq can repeat the successes of the Bulgarians on the T side, though not much hope there, given the current performances. We'll see how it turns out, though. As the T's,
stabbed by a teammate.
oh dear, it's reduced damage though for teammates, so
Yeah.
nothing much to worry about. Though a Glock headshot will take care of him now, but
Yeah, it does mean
it's a very
sort of-
slight edge.
It's sort of like when you do a little bit of chip damage on the CT side to the T's, and you allow the M4 to get those 1-shots in. Which, I mean, it's a little thing, but it could just be the edge in a gunfight. Whereas we so often see like a CT player get the dink, but then the headshot AK in return. And now, Elian, P250 in hand, looking to commit a lot of damage here towards short, gets 2 kills, and very quickly Entropiq, they found themselves in a 2-man advantage. Elian even going to increase that further, switches out the P250 for the USP. Fair enough. I'd probably prefer the P250 still, but whatever floats your boat. Works out for him, and a 7th on the board as Entropiq. They've won out both pistols now. Can they find the conversion this time, though, Sermon? Because last time it fell away from them.
It's going to be very important to find, obviously. As Team Fiend, well, they should be going for a bit of a force here. Always like to see those Armored Eagle setups. And of course, Entropiq can still go for the play that we saw in the previous half that I completely missed out on until, you know, a bit of a further think and some people in chat came along. The one guy, I believe it was Mar, bought Deagle armor, helmet. He pushed somewhere. He got the initial kill. And at that point, the rest of his team bought. And if he did die, well, they would have just ecoed. So that's a really interesting maneuver that I hope to see more,
Or
especially on Dust 2.
Or they just took ages deciding what to buy.
You know what? Let's give the salaried professionals the benefit of the doubt that it was intentional, because it certainly did seem so.
Yeah.
And Entropiq, well, they do start to take long control, but Forrester kind of cuts them off here. Victor and Bubble fall as their teammate, well, he has no chance of running away. So that's 3 kills from just one player that was out toward long initially.
Yeah.
Some help from his friends, of course, did facilitate that control. And it's going to be only Mar and Dreamer trying to save on the B-bomb site. And I don't think the terrorists are going to be too keen on hunting them down, but maybe you do want to. Even with, you know, low economy and the risk of giving the Galils over to the CTs, but Crad, he has no such risk. He's just got a Mac 10. Let's see if we can farm up some cash.
Nice shot for the scout there. Does remove Elian's life force. Molotov burns him out, and they should be able to clean up Dreamer as well.
So low HP, but the Mac 10 doesn't get the last one, so no bonus money. And yeah, a full eco coming out of Team Fiend in this one. 9-9 score line secured. Let's see if Entropiq can continue their performance here and take this map 1, but as previously stated, Team Fiend, they kind of do need to win their opponent's map pick here to make this a 2-0 affair, otherwise they risk going 2-1 in the losing direction on the final map of Overpass. None of these are going to be stomps, of course. It's all going to be quite close, but I would give Entropiq the edge, so let's see if the Bulgarians can secure some kind of an advantage. Not in this one, of course. Just going to be stacking CT, as a lone player toward B would have warned them if there was a B rush incoming that could swoop in and stop at last second, but that's not going to be transpiring. It is going to be long control, and a player that's going to be going towards short. Well, 2 of them, in fact. So they're walking into a bit of a trap here, Dan. But who's trapped in with who?
Well, Nickelback getting 2 kills suggests that it's Team Fiend side who are trapped. I'll just find one all in all with the P250, but yeah, little consolation around like that, as it's just Entropiq tying things up 9-9, getting themselves in an even situation.
And a nice economy. 6K across the board after buy-in. That is just a sight to behold here. They certainly used code Manila and gained themselves some extra sign-up bonuses for this kind of a buy. But in this one, Entropiq, they're not going to be fully sending it toward long. They didn't have the spawns, I suppose, but either way, they know the Team Fiend are going to be contesting it heavily, so they only invest 1 player who was holding the angle briefly, but that baits the utility out of the CTs, and now long control is in their hands. Pivoting off of that, of course, they are just going to be taking short, as they have to still check for that spam coming out of middle. Crad tech down to 50, make that 48 after that quite far away grenade there. And yeah, short about to get taken. The shot baited out as the Mac 10's too fast. Red Star can't run away, and Crad even sprays down Mar on sight. What a set of entries there out of Crad. Basically the round right there. Thanks you guys for watching. We'll be back in a couple of seconds with another round.
Victor, Bubble, very low on HP. They're doing a little bit more damage to the Entropiq side. Okay. Careful, guys. Don't let this one slip away, Entropiq. You have the round secured. Don't go too aggressive now, yeah? Thank you.
Yes, Bob.
As Victor and Bubble should just be fading away from this one, hoping to hold on to these guns. Bubble, luckily you dropped down. Maybe not lucky he went for that P, because he does find Nickelback. Alien is very quick on the trade, though. So it is just Victor surviving, just Alien surviving for Entropiq's side.
I think even if Team Fiend are struggling economically, they should be going for those exits, because getting 4 kills onto Entropiq is going to be doing a number on their economy. I saw players before buying being on about 10K, so after buy they should be regressed a little bit. There you go. Instead of 6,000, it's about 5,000 across the board. Lackey, of course, lacking a little bit. But a little bit of a half buy coming in from Fiend. Hopefully they can find a nice set of kills in this one as well. Make it close.
Oh,
They're
dear.
certainly making it close. They might just run the round right there. Victor with the double spray down toward long as Entropiq's long take is off to a catastrophic start and a quick end as they reaggress here toward the middle. They think there's like the majority of the CTs toward long, so they're trying to take the timing advantage where they can find it, but that's only going to be resulting in a trade. Forrester and Dreamer. Dreamer finding two, oh god. Victor and Dreamer get it done. 2 kills each. Mar even chiming in with one
Yikes.
is going to be giving the Bulgarians a little bit of an unexpected win there, Dan.
Yikes. Oh, no. They just run out long into Victor's AK. The one weapon that was saved in the previous round finds 2 very quick opening kills. They tried double backing thinking there's a stack, and there's not. And then they run into a couple more players just with a crossfire in mid, and it all falls apart. Team Fiend, they find an unlikely 10th, double digits acquired, and it's a tie game once again. But Entropiq, they had enough money to rebuy. They are a little bit light on utility for a couple of players, but they have Aliens all up. Luxury Team Fiend do not have.
I know you guys in chat are saying E-code, and I know half bot doesn't like roll out the tongue as nicely, but it was a half buy. Come on,
Yeah,
armor,
there's an AK
not,
in
not
there.
necessarily an eco. It's a bit disingenuous to go E-code lol. Either way, this push on short. Off to a good start, and it's a bit of an even situation here, but Alien just missed some shots. Luckily, Forrester was there to assist. 3 versus 2 now, as Bubble wants the timing, wants the advantage of being on the site before the tease, but it's going to be denied, I'm afraid. The utility too strong, and the push has concluded, but the bomb still hasn't crossed, and it might just get thrown across because there's no smokes coming in to help them out in that regard. Need to just face and get the kills. There you go. It's been thrown, picked up by Alien, who's going to be scoring the touchdown in a figurative sense by getting the plant. But Dreamer's already out of the smoke on short. Finds the initial. He's low HP on site, but Alien fast as heck. Continues to be fast, getting the Kukli shot from Bubble. Well, punishing the Kukli peek from Bubble.
Balls coming through. Team Fiend just finding that one sort of miracle round, you could say, in that prior round. Now Entropiq. Answer back, Alien. Bait there. I don't know how he finds that with such little HP. 20 HP for him, and the second as well. It's just unreasonable, Sermon.
Yeah, you let go of the crouch key and then you immediately flick and shoot. Like the speed of this man to even get the Kukli shot punished, like that's also a difficult shot to make at the best of times because you are getting shot at the moment and you are on low HP. You might just think I'm a dead man, but you know, the instincts kick in and the shots are found. And now with a double op setup on the CTs and an AUG also on Dreamer. Let's see how this one shakes out.
Yeah, my clean feed's had a bit of a freeze, Sermon.
Well, mine's still going, so I can keep
Okay.
radio
Give us a bit of a
broadcasting
radio
and
broadcast for a moment.
tell you guys what's going on. Entropiq, they have taken middle and going towards short. The Team Fiend side, the Bulgarians, have decided to stack the long area. Meanwhile, the B aggression is trying to find a kill. Forrester managing to find an entry onto the B-bomb site, but Dreamer did answer back. As the bomb is still stuck in the tunnels area, trying to make its way towards short. But will it be a short execute, or will it be mid to B? Stay tuned.
We're
You back?
Yeah. My
That's
entire VLC player just crashed. Never had that before.
No. There was a
Weird one.
security up. Should probably do it, man.
Yeah, I mean, I keep skipping them because they keep failing, so...
Either way,
Yeah.
we're here in a 3 versus 4 situation. There was a little bit of an entry found toward B earlier, as I mentioned, but Dreamer's still there alone, but he's finding the kills. Lackey down and utility strong, keeping those terrorists back. But Crad, he wasn't held back. Pushed onto CT, gets a kill onto Mar, and a speedy flank. This turned into speedy tunnels presence. Not the best play, as Nickelback finds the final player there toward B, and Red Star, there you go. The flank should find something here, but they were expecting him already. The op not connecting. 2 versus 2 now, Dan.
How has Red Star survived that? Nickelback being saved by his teammate. Oh, Red Star. Red Star, what an absolute legend. That was a clean second shot. Gets it done. So 5s to secure Fiend another round. 11-11. Happy Star. Spray. Happy Red Star. Get it. Get it. Got a Red Star spray.
Oh,
Yeah. Happy Red Star.
I do get that one, yes. But also the BM at the end. I do thoroughly enjoy it when players go for it. It's all
I do as well.
sportsmanly-like, but, you know, when you're in the game itself, the sportsmanliness can take a little bit of a back seat.
It's like like Menezes with the easy sprays. He loves them. He just had an infinite
Yeah.
stockpile of them. It felt like.
Might as well, you know? Might as well, like, spray the map with easies, and then everyone gets a bit of a kick out of it. Always love that sort of entertaining aspect. As Entropiq do not go for long at all in this one. Just going to be a straight-up short execute, it looks like, as they're hoping that the CTs are still preoccupied with long. That's going to be Red Star holding on from Goose, but gets flashed off the angle. A second time, in fact. Mar from the ramp area has a lot to do here, a lot on his plate. And Crad, he takes care of him, so a 5 versus 3 kind of starts out good for Entropiq. Losing one player initially, though, as it's Bubble to reaggress here from the ramp side. Jumps up. Will he find anything, though? Not, I'm afraid. Forrester cuts him off. That's 4 people surviving. What a fast execute coming out of short.
Yeah, super fast. Crad with the Mach 10 just ran in ahead, just got 2 opening kills for his team, and at that point, you're pretty much saying, okay, well, the round is won. When you got those 2 opening kills and your players
he's
are all
done that
high,
twice, right?
falling in towards the site. Yeah, for sure. He's been an absolute nuisance for this Team Fiend side, as it is now a stack towards long. Elian finds that out, can only find 1 kill. Lackey, you need to stay alive here. You need support for your teammates before you re-peak. And he does have Nickelback chime in, but 2 kills found by Team Fiend, and Victor still alive, can recover an AK here.
Definitely going to be good to save that into the next. Wondering if they'll let him survive, though, as they are still executing toward A, thinking maybe they've gone toward B and that he's safe, but no safety found here toward long, as the AK will be denied. A nice set of kills as well, though, coming from Fiend, given the amount of investment into this one. They're just going to be, you know, happy that they made some economic damage happen, but Team Fiend, man, they're starting to fall behind, and now's the time to win a round and get this one into a bit of a closer score line yet again. 9-6 was the half, by the way.
Yeah, so Team Fiend have really struggled again. It feels almost like the first half in reverse, where the CTs just can't find consecutive rounds. And it feels like every sort of round that Team Fiend win, Entropiq find 2. That's just not conducive of a strong CT half, unfortunately. As much as you might seem like it is, yeah, you need to be winning more rounds than the enemy. Now, flashbang onto short. Red Star tucks himself in a little bit, fires off a shot, then drops away as his teammate does go down, but Trey still favour Entropiq because Red Star up in hand looking for the shots. Kraz trying to find him. There's another player out towards long as well, so Team Fiend, they had a very stacked setup towards this A site. With Victor looking to pounce, and he could find Crad. He will find Crad. Takes him down, but he's lost a teammate in the process. Now a 3 versus 1. Now all up to Victor. And unfortunately, got too many players staring him down there. Lackey will be the one who takes him down from long, in fact. I think it was. So Entropiq up to 14. Just a couple rounds away from securing their pick of Dust 2. And we expected this to be going their way.
Yes, we did. I was sort of having hope for the Bulgarian side, knowing the rest of the maps that we'll be playing in future. Dust 2 was kind of a really good position for them, a good opportunity for them to find a bit of an upset win. But unfortunately for them, it is going to be Entropiq probably finding this round and then the 16th right after, because Team Fiend are fully invested. This is it. This is what it's all been building up to then. a couple of FAMASs and a Deagle and an M4 versus a fully stocked up T side on the side of Entropiq. They've taken middle, they've taken tunnels. Now they're going to be taking short control as well, knowing full well that there's no oppers really on the site right now. The investment just can't be there unless someone wins glass cannon. Still though, doing their due diligence, clearing everything out. The push will continue. It's going to be a split between short and long if they decide to go for A, but of course, right off the back, they pivot to... I thought they were going to do a mid to B. No, it's going to be long aggression coming in late. Okay, Crad. Going to continue making noise towards short as the long take comes in, hoping that's going to be drawing rotations, but it's done the opposite. There's another player joining the fray now, and there's two of them looking at these long doors. They might just get this one. First kill goes their way, but there's been a trade. Victor with a double, can't make it a third. 2 for 2 deal on long, and Crad just might find these rotators. Does.
Still possibilities for Red Star inside of the site here. Elliot watching for him with the AWP, and Crad actually going to get caught by Dream on the flank, so now it's all up towards this one lone CT to try and deny Entropiq map point here. 15 seconds. They're looking to get that bomb planted. A flashbang to try and get in towards the site. Forrester's low on HP. Doesn't want to get caught out. Another flashbang to try and push forward. And he will. 7 seconds. Get that bomb planted. But it doesn't matter because Elian's catching him on the push. So, bombers didn't even need to be planted there. But they get it down either way. And it's 15 for Entropiq. One more. And we'd head into the second map. You know what that is, Sermon?
What is it?
Mirage. Team Fiend's map pick.
But will they be successful? Will they find success, Dan? Or is it just a mirage? Blow F in that one.
Yeah,
I don't expect a good. I don't expect a good response out of that. But Team Fiend, they're certainly going to be trying to find this one, of course. FAMASs and an MP9, not much better than the previous, while Entropiq still balling out of control, but their money starting to feel this thing a little bit, so this one found would result in probably another win required for Entropiq to be giving up a free round for the sake of their economy. As 3 Team Fiend players will be pushing on forward here towards short, find the initial frag, and Red Star chimes in the second one. Meanwhile, you know, they're still trying to hold out here. The T's actually reducing the CTs to only 1 player. 2 versus 1 does not go Team Fiend's way. Entropiq get it done in 16-11 fashion, Dan.
Yeah, only limiting Team Fiend to 2 rounds in that second half. Well played by Entropiq.
Jesus.
They turned it up on that T side. 6 was enough for them. And yeah, they pick up their own map pick of Dust 2. And that means we'll be heading into Mirage, where Team Fiend are going to be fighting for their tournament life now, fighting for that spot in the grand final. And Team Fiend have looked phenomenal, though, this tournament, so fighting all the way through. If they can secure that, that would be thoroughly deserved. I'd love that, but Entropiq looking strong, looking great. They want a piece of the cake as well. So join us in a few minutes. We'll be back with Mirage. Stay tuned. Don't go anywhere.
Bye-bye.
Feel free to talk.
Boss, we've done all as you said.
Are you sure about that?
Yes, boss. Everything like you asked. It's in my car, boss.
I'm surprised. You're actually good for something.
So, where is it, Brady?
Here, in the trunk.
What the fuck is that? You fat Irish prick. You're supposed to bring me a coat, not a skinny animal kid. Where is LOOT.BET code I asked it for?
Well, he wasn't talking.
Are you out your mind, Brady? Because I swear, I put your brain to sleep. He ain't talking because his fucking mouth is closed.
So, maybe I should open it.
Oh, don't kill me, please. I tell you everything. Code is loot, loot. I'm young. I don't wanna die.
Boss, code is loot.
Oh my god, idiot. Fuck, I surrendered by idiots.
Hey kid, sorry about that.